I'll deal with it.
Hey. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome.
Hey.
Okay, just checking everything to see that we are live. Okay, looks like we're live on Facebook. Yay! Ready there. And let's double check over here on IG. Are we live on IG? Let me double check that right now. How's everybody doing, party people?
Hello. Hey, party people.
Hey,
Happy
everybody.
Valentine's Day, everybody.
Come in. Invite people, let people know that you are about to have a fabulous time this Valentine's Day. We're just making sure that everybody can hear us and see us.
Valentine's Day for grown folks with kids.
Woo!
Hey.
Fun.
Listen, Shireen, post quarantine, you got to figure it out, right?
Gotta figure it out.
You got to figure it out. So we are figuring it out. We are actually, it's kind of like a double date, Carrie.
It is, right? That's how we do, though. We always wind up linking up together.
There
Right,
you go.
that's it.
There you go. So I just want to make sure we're live on IG.
I see us live on your IG.
Oh, you do?
On your face, on John V. F. Nixon-Weems live Facebook page. I see that.
Okay,
Do you see
awesome.
us live on Marriage Family Business Facebook page?
So that would be great. Let's check each other's really quickly.
Yeah.
We appreciate everybody for joining.
I see I started a live. Marriage Family Business. I don't see their live yet.
Nope, we're not live.
Let's double check that. But let's see if we have people joining in.
Go ahead. Let's see.
Okay, let me see. Yes, I love that the closed caption is there. So everyone can join us no matter where you are.
All right, MFP, are we live on? I think I see Super Producer is live.
Yes.
Okay.
Just want to make sure MFB is live.
You see?
Toggle us back on your end, Carrie, and I think we need to restart your.
This is all production stuff.
Hey
baby.
guys, look.
This is all good.
This is real time.
It's all good. This is what you do post quarantine, of course. So what y'all do today? While we talk, how was your Valentine's Day prior to Valentine's Day?
We celebrated Valentine's Day as best we could. We hung out together, went out to lunch, got an early dinner, got couples massages.
We did.
Nice.
Held hands walking down the street. You know what I'm saying? Just try to keep it a little parent romance sexy.
Nice. It's so important.
What did you guys do? Okay, so
what did we do? We woke up.
Woke up and this morning I got up early before they got up and set up got some breakfast and got some gifts and by the time they got up at 8 o'clock, we were just spending quality time.
Absolutely. And we got surprised with you see balloons and roses, and the whole table is full of gifts and decorations. And then, as a homeschool mom, today was still a Monday. So did that, and then did some work. And now we're about to have an amazing time with you guys after we just had a great dinner. Yes.
So did that work for you, Julius? I went ahead and added MFB again with the ad channels.
Yep, that worked perfect. And just start your broadcast, and I'm going to check your IG and see if Marriage Family Business pops up.
And it's all good because I see we're still waiting on folks to come in.
Yeah.
So it's no problem. I'm gonna reshare to people now so they know that we are live.
So Carrie, just do me a favor and just start and stop your yellow app.
Yep. Okay, I'm stopping broadcast.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish.
So guys, look.
You want me to toggle off?
Toggle off and no, don't toggle off. Just restart your yellow app.
Okay, 1 second.
This is one of my Valentine's gifts. Wait, where's the camera?
Very good.
Sparkly love cup.
Oh, I love it. I got brand new sparkly slippers today.
Ooh.
I love the comfort of it. You know, when they know what you like, right?
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, so Julius, I have restarted our yellow thing.
All right.
And wherever we are, we can just go ahead and start, and I will share if we're not live on the other pages. It's no big deal.
Okay. Okay.
Facebook.
Okay. I see people. Oh, Karma. Yes, Karma. I see on FB. Let me go to let me just see this really quickly. 1 second, everybody. Here we are. Perfect. Oh, okay. I see some people joining us on IG.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy Black History Month,
Happy
too.
Black History Month.
Yes.
Awesome.
Happy post Super Bowl halftime show.
I know, right?
Oh, my
my
goodness.
gosh. If y'all did not catch me live yesterday,
Listen.
I was lit. I was lit. Super Bowl halftime was everything. Let's talk about that. First of all, before we get started, I want to start off by saying welcome. Welcome everyone who is joining us, who will be seeing the replay and sharing this. Thank you. I am Genevieve. I am your sister and your host of Genevieve TV. This is a special Valentine's Day edition, okay? It is so special because I have some of the people I love most in this world. I have my husband and
Oh,
co-host,
you love me.
Julius.
Hey, I get to hang out
Oh,
and not be a secretary tonight.
Yes. And we have one of our favorite couples. You can't play favoritism here, you know.
yes, you can. You can tell them like it is.
I can't play favoritism. I'll get in trouble. Get the DMs. One of our favorite couples and families, the HBs.
Yes.
Meet the dynamic duo behind Married Family Business. Our
Yes.
family, Carrie and Shireen Herndon Brown. Yay! Woo!
So guys, we get to hang out. Valentine's, right? Valentine's, and it's really cool that we get to hang out. So many people are doing cool, loving stuff, and we talk about it. And we've done business together. We do marriage, and we love family. So it's kind of cool for us to hang out tonight.
I see y'all on IG. Hey, family. I see y'all. I see you, Tanasia, So Brooklyn, Nichelle. I see all y'all. Okay, awesome. I'm so excited you guys are joining us. Share it. Let everybody know it's about to go down.
So, Carrie, what I was going to tell you is just toggle your restream off and on, and let's try it one more time.
Okay.
All right.
Karma, hey, I see you on FB. Oh, we got some people there. Yes. Okay, so let me continue the intro. I just want to again welcome the Herndon Browns. They are a dynamic duo for Marriage Family Business. They are going to be dropping nuggets. Okay, so if you're single, if you're dating, if you're married, this is a couple that you want to get some insight from. They have been married 22 years. Woo!
22 Valentine's Days.
22 Valentine's Days.
22 twos.
22 twos, exactly. And they've been running their own business for over 18 years. They have 4 amazing children. And honestly, they get better and better every day, every year. And we love them, obviously. So let's get right into it. Are you ready, co-host, husband?
Let's rock. Let's do it.
Okay.
So what are we doing?
Wait, just
I got excited.
chill out. Put your thing down.
Okay, all right.
Okay, already seeing the dynamic here.
He's excited. He's excited.
He's always excited.
Listen.
I love it. One of the reasons why I love him. Okay, so let's get right into it. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Tonight's topic is Black history and collab with Black love. You know how like Louis Vuitton collabs with Fenty? So we're doing Black history collab with Black love. So it's all hot. So we're going to talk about Black history because you know what? Black History Month is so important. It's really Black History Year, let's be honest.
365.
Yes, 365, if not more than that, if you get those 40 acres and the 40 years and the mule. But let's get right into it. So, and this is an open dialogue, so I'm just going to throw some questions out and we'll all respond. But, why is Black history, period, important to your family? So I'll start. Why is Black history important to our family?
Well, I think the one thing that we always, did we say we all have kids, right? Did we talk about our
Yes,
kids?
we have a 7-year-old son, Julius Raymond Weems IV, who, watch out, world. That's all I got to say. He's about to do it all and make history. And then I have my bonus son, Jabari.
26 years old.
Yes.
January 31st.
Yes.
And incredible young man. And so the reason I say that is because when we look at Black history, the one thing that I always talk about is that our Black history didn't start just 400 years ago during the transatlantic slave trade, right? So Black history is, you look at the 4,000 years of incredible African history that created who we are. And I try to make sure that our boys know that, look, the incredible engineering and feats of African people of African descent is just so incredible and powerful, not just a 400-year short term. And so I think that's really what's important to me, to make sure they understand the broader picture globally of what does it mean to come from African descent.
Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out to our friend DJ P. Cutter on IG right now.
All right.
Yep. So the fam's coming through. So, for me, why is Black history important to our family? I feel like we don't know ourselves. We don't know who we are. We don't. It's something that you have to instill in your children. I was having this conversation with Julius the other day. I said, what I was really thinking about, why my Black pride and why being a beautiful Black woman just means so much to me, being a proud Black woman. And I said, what? I said, I thought about going all the way to the womb. Like, as a mother, we tend to reflect on what it is to give birth and go back to the womb and the nutrients you give your child. And I said, what? When my mother and father met and they created me, before they knew if I was going to be a boy or a girl, they knew I was going to be Black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just period.
Right.
Before you had a name, before you knew my hair was going to be, my eyes, anything else, that you knew I was going to be a Black child. And that's why I think it's ingrained. And then it's also a level of paying homage and respect to our past and those who have come and sacrificed for us, right? So it's not to let our children, we want to give them the world, but we don't want them to forget who and where they came from.
Right.
And then furthermore, we want to be Black history, right?
Right.
We want to create Black history. We want to be legacy makers. So it's important that it's a part of the 365. It's a part of our everyday. And I think, that's why it's important to our family. And me and Carrie, Carrie, you and me talk about this a lot, is that, we can, how can I say? We can lay at the feet of our children some things we did not experience when we were
Definitely.
young. Okay.
Definitely.
So that too, right? To keep them in touch.
Right.
So what about for the HBs?
Let me start. You don't mind.
Yeah.
I mean, Black history to me, to us, I think, is about making sure that we are resilient, knowing that people who came before us did so much, not just to get us here, but endured a lot more than we have to. Yes, we have emotional, physical challenges, mental challenges, but whether it was those 400 years you referred to, Julius, were nothing we can even imagine. Take it back over, it's 4,000 years, and we don't know, because the history wasn't documented, what people were going through.
Right.
I'm willing to bet that our lives have so many benefits. Our first class problems.
First world
problems. First world problems are minimal. So I think Black history to me means that we need to be appreciative. We need to lean on the resilience that our ancestors have kind of poured into us from the heavens. And then for our children, I think we often talk about breaking generational curses and staying together and doing things that maybe in our immediate nuclear families were disrupted. But I also think about the generational strength and the generational strength that we see from one generation to the next needs to be carried on. So Black history is definitely about being present. Yes, we can admire people, but I'm much more about admiring my wife for making Black history. I admire myself for making Black history. I admire y'all for making Black history. We're trying to cement things for the future, which is the same thing people did for us hundreds or thousands of years ago.
Absolutely.
Totally.
I think here in the house, last year, shout out to Kimberly. She was someone who posted that she was putting up 28 days of, Black history in her house. And so last year I started that. So for each one of the kids, every day I write on a Post-it note something that we're not going to learn in school every day. Like I didn't even realize that in 2022, the first Black female became a FIFA referee. Like the fact that there are still Black first is crazy to me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So we already had a Black president, but then we forget about the little things that we're still fighting through on a day to day. So I think it's important for our kids to understand outside of Malcolm and Martin and Rosa Parks, other people that have done big things. Because I mean, I didn't learn the Black anthem until I showed up at Howard University. I had never heard it.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't want my kids to have to show up somewhere and not know certain things,
Right.
or be blown away that, there's a first Black ... that has occurred. So I think it's just important overall.
Absolutely. And that kind of leads me into my next question of how do you incorporate Black history into your family dynamic, into your lifestyle? And I know for us, because of how we move around and because of our schedule and how we kind of go back and forth between houses and stuff, we tend to make it a point when something is happening or there's an exhibit or there's some type of tour or something going on to be a part of it. I remember when we moved down here to Florida, there was a 7th, 8th, and 9th grade trip at my son's school, and he was in the kindergarten at that time. And they were going to Selma, and they were going to Montgomery, right? And they were going to all of these places for the 7th, 8th, and 9th graders. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. My son is in kindergarten, right? But he don't have to
Context.
Yes. I want him to know about this history now. I want him to experience it now. I don't want him to wait. I want him to grow up with that instilled in him. And so honestly, I told the head of the school, I said, listen, he will be out that day and he will be going on that trip that weekend. And she's like, well, we can't have kindergarten. I said, don't worry. I will be driving him. We will be paying for our own hotel and we will be going along this trip. And it was phenomenal. And he still talks about this trip. Okay. We still reflect on it. And I think he really kind of, even though he was in kindergarten,
the exposure was
there.
And I think that's what it's about. It's, because, for folks online, I mean, we all, the HBs and the Weems, we all believe in incredible education, right? So we want the best education. But what we find many times is that it is our responsibility to make sure our son understands the journey of who he is. And because so many times the classrooms he sits in don't look like him. And you guys deal with the same thing, but it's a everyday consistent journey, because even when we look at first, you realize how many things aren't in the history books. When we ride down the street and we see traffic lights and we talk about Garrett Morgan, it's not out there. So it's up to us to be educated, to educate. And because we do like we send them to schools that are, we love the best education, and those best education sometimes don't talk about, the history of who we are. Yeah. And that's something.
And if they do, it's in a small context, Carrie, like you said, of Martin and Rosa,
Right.
And Harriet.
Also show the nicer side, right? So again, if they do, like my kids' school, they did do a piece they put together like a mosaic of Martin Luther King Jr. this year. And I'm like, yeah, but y'all still talk about like the docile, nice version that you want to present of him, right? They don't I'd like, how about we put the one up of him being locked up, you know what I mean? For fighting for our rights, not just him being a pastor and kind of the other side of Malcolm X. right? I feel like he's the safer one to talk about in class. And I feel like that's a shame, because I feel like they're altering history still a little bit, even what they're presenting in the moment.
And believe me, on February 28th, it's a wrap.
Right. So Shireen, that literally again leads into my next question of how do you feel about Black history in the education system and was it taught to you? See, you are expert in education and education systems. So
I mean, first and foremost, let's be honest. Public schools are always going to prioritize where the public school dollars come from, but also who's governing the money and how they want to allocate it to the educational system, whether it's who they hire for teachers, superintendents, what they put in the textbooks, what kind of textbooks they buy. I don't think we're ever going to be happy with a public school system because, again, that is for the most part, again, I'm not making a judgment against public school people sending their kids to public school, but it is a way of thinking for the masses. And the masses historically are not going to disrupt or challenge and be innovative in thinking about history or anything in particular. While we like our kids' private school, I think that Carrie brings up a great point. They show what they want to show because that's their choosing. So when you talk about education and race particularly, it's always going to be complicated. We were not allowed to read. Like, when we were freed, we weren't allowed to talk the English language. Then we had to fight to.
There's a different Bible. There's a different Bible.
Like we had to fight for so many things that I think you're asking a much bigger question that I don't think will be rectified in my lifetime. But I do think the benefit of education, I will say this, is to make kids, help them to think critically so that they can then challenge things and find out on their own. So if you spark curiosity in a kid and they go down this path of, I want to know more about this, and they start digging deeper and deeper and deeper, that's real education to me.
And you know what, just to kind of just throw this out there, but with the pandemic and how the education system has suffered in this pandemic, I am extremely concerned about our brown children because they're already at the disadvantage prior to the pandemic. We don't have the technology for the Zooms and the computers and the internet and all of that type of stuff. The libraries and stuff were shut down, which were the resources, community resources for them to take advantage of. We don't have the money to go and get all of these books and supplies and set up a homeschool room and all of that type of stuff. And then on top of that, you're dealing with even just the situation of just eating. You know what I mean? They relied on those lunches and stuff like that. So, just talking, just in reflection of what you were saying, Shireen, there's even that aspect, right?
Many layers to it.
Right, exactly. So what was it like? Okay, so me and Carrie, some background story. Me and Carrie met at HU, Howard University. You know, exactly. So I want to know, we got 3 HBCU people here, right?
I'm sorry, I didn't go.
It's all right.
I'm not down with that.
So you're a part of it. So first, I want to know.
Shout out for Morgan State University, please.
I can shout out to Morgan, HBCU, and be more. It's not Howard though, but it's all right.
Every day in my house. Shout out to all my Morgan State
friends. Go Bears.
I see you on Instagram. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. So now speaking about the education system, now you go to an HBCU or you go to predominantly white school or institution, right? How is it then transitioning, into that? Because I'll talk about me, for example, I'm from Brooklyn originally, lived in Brooklyn, lived in Queens, lived in Jersey, and then went to Howard University, fell in love, was like, I'm done. I done met my soulmate, Howard University. And then, before that, I went to Petty, which was a very prestigious, predominantly international high school. And I knew I wanted to go to Howard after that. So going there, it was, Carrie, do you have words? How can you express it?
So it's hard, like you want to say like amazing, but that's not even enough. That word doesn't carry.
I found myself. I found myself.
It was, so I came to Howard sight unseen, right? I had never been there, never visited. I had never been to Washington, D.C. I just knew that after going to a high school where there was 11 others, not Black, others, right? There was 11 others in the class. It made me want to find out. And I asked my guidance counselor, where do the Black people go to school? That was my question. And he was like, you shouldn't go there. It's not going to help you for the real world. Just go to another school that I had gotten into and life will be great. And I was like, no. I have to go there, there. And August 8th, 1994, I showed up there, and just met, I didn't even know we came in that many different shades and dialect and backgrounds. And I didn't know. I didn't know. So it was life changing. And I always use the word amazing, but I feel like, again, it doesn't weigh enough. Howard is it's just amazing. It's
right.
Amazing.
As I'm sure everybody feels about their HBCUs. Hey, to everybody coming on Instagram, I see you guys. Yes, Mika said it doesn't.
When
fit.
I think about I went to a predominantly a majority school, and one of the things that I saw when I still remember the moment I went to a Black diaspora class. It was amazing because I think I realized how much I didn't know. I was probably 1% at my high school of minorities, and it was incredible, and so I experienced racism at a high school level, and I didn't understand that, right? So but then to get around the incredible intellect of people that looked like me was incredible from all over the world, and then engineering, working on NASA-based things, and just being around people that look like me. One of the things it showed me was, after growing up in Baltimore, in the projects of Baltimore, then going to a majority high school where you learned that the rules of life were very different and how you needed to succeed when it came to racism, and then going to Morgan it blew my mind at how incredible we were and how little I knew about our history and who we were, because all you ever hear is slavery, and then there I got to learn just in a whole new level of what it meant to be of African descent, to be African American, and the fact that we as a people could overcome in 400. What the 400 years meant to me was there's hardly no other people that could overcome and scale to the level we have in such a short time. Because when you travel the world, you go to Europe, they're talking, generations, 50 generations, 40 generations. You're talking about 400 years. And Black people have gone from slavery into a level of horror we could never imagine today to where we are now, which is we should be proud of every day. So Morgan actually opened my eyes to. So then when I got to corporate America, it was just very easy to maneuver because you understood where you need to go.
But you went, so you didn't go to HBCU.
No, I did not go to HBCU, but it was important to me as a high school student to go to the most diverse, had the most Black people of any of the schools that most of my peers were going to. So that was hands down Wesleyan University. I went there, only hung with Black people for the most part. A lot of people who
Black fraternity.
pledged Black fraternity, but also if you went to school in New England and you visited Wesleyan, you felt like you were at an HBCU. So again, I know I'll never be as down as y'all, but
listen, you rock that purple and gold. Can't nobody take that away.
Nobody take that away from me. But not just that, but I think that it was important to me as a high school student to be around more Black kids. I'm proud of my son, who made it a point that he wanted to be around more Black kids when he wanted to go play baseball. I know that my daughters don't want to be on all white lacrosse teams. I know that my daughters want to make sure they're in dance classes with other Black kids. So we are making conscious efforts, intentionally and unintentionally, to teach our kids to be proud of themselves and to want to be part of the culture in whatever capacity they choose, but to be proud to be Black is all we ask.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Definitely.
I mean, it's definitely, and that network, you can't deny that network. That's
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
reasons why
personally
you
and
go.
professionally, Black people, for the most part, are happy to see each other when you walk into a room. For a white, like, oh my man, how you doing?
Yes.
So that's very, very important that we all feel that we're not alone, that we're all lifting as we climb, and hopefully we all get to where we want to be. But we're standing on the shoulders of many people who did a lot for us to get to where we are, and it's our job to then make sure we're rooted so people stand on our shoulders.
Absolutely. And you feel that, and I'm again at Howard, you feel that walking on campus, you're like, okay, Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey, like you feel that, and your professors, I will say, they pass the torch to you, and they want you to know you are responsible for continuing that legacy. I will say that is one of the things that I got the most out of being at Howard, is that the work that I produce, whatever that may be, there's a responsibility that I have in the messaging that I put out there to the world about my culture. And I carry that.
So I think what I got also was that it was the first time where you had males and females together who loved each other, and it wasn't in a romantic sense, right? It wasn't too often that I had another Black man be like, your hair's dope, right? Like, oh, you wearing a head wrap today? Or, like they appreciated what they saw. And then you had Black women in all different shades, all different sizes, who also respected. So I think before I got there, you were always, like you said, like alone, right? You never walked into a room and like visually saw yourself there. So to me, it was just dope to have a guy be like, oh, you look nice today, shorty. Like, how you doing? And that was it. They wasn't trying to hit on you. They wasn't trying to flirt with you. It was just, they was appreciating you. And it made us powerful to feel like, oh, Black women are really, really dope. Like,
and they looked out for you. And they looked out for you like family. Exactly. And I see Mika saying on Instagram, she's like, absolutely, that part. So we got HU all on the in the chat right now. So now going forward, now we've kind of graduated and we're into our lives and everything. How do we now contribute to the Black community? Like, what are some of the things that we do? I know in Baltimore, you with your friend Edwin, you guys used to go to mentor the children and welcome them the first day of school. And
big shout out to Edwin Avent and the Collegiate School for Boys in Baltimore, which is an all Black boys school in Baltimore. But when you look at giving back, it has to be intentional, right? So if it's buying in Black businesses, if it's supporting Black music, if it's supporting Black ideas and startups, we believe in investing in founders and startup companies, but it has to be intentional. And one of the things that I put on Facebook yesterday was, and it was incredible because some of the responses I got, it was really exciting to see during that Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes.
I had somebody share with me prior. They were talking about the classics, right? They were talking about the classics and talking about history. And I was talking to my niece who was here, and she's picking some books out, and she was saying how in the books they're talking about all the classic novels we know, right? That don't talk about us, right? And you look at the culture, but the reality is that there is so much in today, no matter what color you are, that was created and now it is mimicked of Black people. Right, you can look at any housewives show, any of them that don't look like us, right? And you see behaviors, and you see reactions, and you see music. I can go to a business event, and I hear our music, but I'm the only one there, right?
We're just infused in everything, so from the cooking to everything.
We're infused in so many parts of the culture, but don't get the credit for the creation. And I think for us, we are very intentional, even no matter where we are in the country, of saying, how do we support a business? How do we support music? How do we support, new entrepreneurs? We're big on, my wife supports college students who are coming up and founders, but it is on purpose. It cannot, if you wait for it to be by mistake or just in case, it won't happen. But that's what we have to do. Yeah.
No, agreed.
No, I think how we give back to the Black community is we allow ourselves to be resources for the next generation, right? I think Carrie's great at modeling how to be a great wife, how to be a great mom. And then when people call, she's, very intentional about telling them the truth. Not that it was all rosy. We've been married 22 years. And she'll say, we've had our struggles. You will have your struggles too. The good-looking clones she's made as children, she will tell them, this wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. I had to carry them, what you call the swimming ninja princesses.
The swimming ninja princesses.
And so we have the illusion that we got it all figured out is an illusion. Do we aim for that illusion to be the reality? Of course. But to us, the importance of giving back to the community is modeling responsibility, modeling accountability, modeling teamwork, modeling, Black family. Because again, at the end of the day, I want my daughters and my son to know that I love their mother with all my heart and soul. And if I go to my grave saying, look, I loved your mom, I gave her everything I had, and I need you to do the same with your spouses, who are hopefully good people, then I think I've done a great job.
People are agreeing with you, Shereen. You got hearts and claps and hallelujah praises.
Amen, brother. Yes. Love your queen. Love your queen.
So what are some of the issues currently at the forefront, or you feel should be at the forefront of Black advancement and change in America? So one of the things that I am very concerned about, that I think should be at the forefront, is what is happening with our voting rights right now. It is literally right in front of us and under the table. They are changing voting laws, and they already know. When I say they, I think we know what we're talking about. People who don't want Black people to vote. Let's just be honest.
Well, I like to say it this way. I like to say is that if you believe that every person that contributes to society and every person that is here working, trying to do better, who deserves and can have the right to vote, should have the right to vote. I say those are the people that understand what America is supposed to be. It's a place of opportunity for brown, Black, white, purple people to voice their opinion on who they should have represent them. What we're seeing now, though, is a return to a lot of behaviors that don't represent the equality of what our forefathers fought for, right? With the Martins and all the sacrifice that have been made, it's trying to be walked back. And that's not a political stance. That's just a people stance based on what's happening in this country.
Right.
But I think that somebody made a good point the other day, and they were saying the same people that were yelling about Ruby Bridges going to school are the same ones now who don't want to hear what's being taught in school, right? The new curriculum they're trying to bring to just level the playing field, right? It's okay to have hard conversations with kids. I think because I think if not, then we skip over things, right? And I think it's okay that at an age and a grade level that's appropriate, that we teach our children what's going on, why it's important, why voting is important, reading the Constitution. Twin Purple has to do something on what was it, the 19th Amendment,
women's voting rights,
right?
Women's suffrage.
And she's telling me more things than I knew at the time. So I think it's just important that we continue to, like you said, show our kids what's really going on behind closed doors.
Absolutely. Shereen, anything to add to that?
If you're going to mention voting rights, it's a big issue. I'm probably much more about the lack of diversity in technology, obviously finance. Those are two areas that admittedly I'm not well versed in. So I don't have a solution for that, but it bothers me that, these super rich, capable people that could help others gain it through technology and finance and choose not to, right? I remember when Jeff Bezos started Amazon in 1998-ish, right? 97. And 20 some odd years later, he's one of the richest men in the world. And to know that whether it's him or Zuckerberg or Musk, all these dudes are just seen as the gatekeepers to wealth because of what they know in technology and how they know how to handle their money and finance. It is a unfortunate reality that we just don't have enough people doing it in those industries, but we have people doing it. I'm not anybody, but not to the Bezos level, unfortunately, the Zuckerberg level, and I wish we were there. So I would say technology and finance are places that we make our inroads, but we haven't, kicked in the door, waving the 4-4 yet.
Right. That's what I was going to actually add to is economics, Black economics. I mean, we spend more than any other demographic.
$1 trillion audience.
And if we just understood the power of our dollar.
I had a client tell me once, excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt. I had a client tell me once about another white family who had a really nice house. I'll never forget. She said, "Oh yeah, they're nigger rich." Blew my mind.
Wow.
She wasn't calling me a nigger, but she said, "Those white people, oh yeah, they're nigger rich. It just looks good."
Right.
They don't have real money.
And that's that term, keeping up with the Joneses, right? That's where that term, keeping up with the Joneses, comes from. Yeah. And we're not on it with our credit. We're not buying real estate. So, okay, and just another throw in there. There is this mass movement, and I'm loving it, and I'm feeling it. And I love that it's happening and trickling underground. People going into, like, in Georgia and stuff, buying up multiple, properties of 400 acres, 300 acres, and they're building these communities with our own schools and our own housing and our own banks and the things like this. So organizing around economics, and again, Shireen, with technology, will advance us so much further than, just this kind of like crabs in a barrel sometimes that I feel it can be. I mean, there is a level of us who really do feel like, listen, I'm going to reach down and pull up. But there's also this kind of like, there's not enough to share. So I'm going to hold tight to the chest. And if we could just kind of like just come together and really learn from each other, because I think a lot of us struggle with being afraid to just say, I don't know. Yeah, I know that's one thing that me and Carrie, as even girlfriends, I'm like, hey, you do this, I don't know. How do you do this? And we have to ask and reach out and learn, and it's never too late. So just last question on this. So what's your favorite song that makes you feel super proud to be Black? Think about it. What's your favorite
proud
song?
To be Black?
So this may not be my favorite song, but I'm gonna just throw it out there. Just because yesterday was Super Bowl and Kendrick killed it, we gonna be all right. We gonna be all right. I'm gonna just probably not my favorite, but that one got me feeling like yeah.
Favorite song that made me feel proud to be Black.
Like a KRS.
Good question. Well, I'm about to come back to it. That's a good question.
If you go back,
just think of and just think, it don't gotta be your favorite. Just throw anyone.
So for me, I think Bob Marley always touches on the truth. So it doesn't matter what he sings about. I feel like it's always the truth, which makes me listen. And I feel like that's always important, that we kind of keep the energy going around touchy subjects. And then you add a beat to it and people can dance and sing along. But there was times when he was like, we overthrowing the government. Sing along, but we overthrowing the government.
Shot the sheriff.
Right?
So when you think about that, like like Carrie said, it's more artists, but there's nothing like Stevie Wonder, right? And the songs that he sings that take you on a journey, right? A journey of who we are, a journey of love,
Marvin Gaye,
of just pressing on, never giving up, and also just while you're going through everything you're going through, keep loving each other.
Yeah.
So Stevie Wonder, I think so many songs by him that really hit home for me.
Marvin Gaye, what's going on?
Yeah.
Right, Shireen. What about you?
I'm gonna drop a little unknown one on you.
Uh-oh.
Boy from
Brooklyn. It ain't even been dropped yet. It didn't even come out.
So Outkast has a track with CeeLo called
Mhm.
In Due Time. You know,
Oh, I love that joint.
Keep
That's
your
from
faith in me.
Equimini.
You said again?
Is that from Equimini?
It was
Old
it's right
school.
before them.
Right
Keep your
before,
faith in
yes.
me, and I'll be patiently. You'll get
Yes.
where you need to be in
Yes,
due time.
in due time, yes.
Even when things are slow, hold on and don't let go.
Let go.
I give you what I owe in due time.
Yes.
That song and then Andre's
Wow.
verse, both of the big boys, verse of looking to be the butterfly without the caterpillar. Like talking about how you need to grow into who you're supposed to be, and you'll get there. That song has meant a lot to me as I think about my journey to manhood, my journey in marriage, my journey in fatherhood, my journey in business. I always wanted to be faster than what it was, but in due time, I'm getting there. And I like that. So I think for a Black person to understand, I'm not trying to say, wait, they kept telling Martin Luther King, wait, it'll come one day. That's not what he's saying is, if you keep pressing, faith without works is dead.
There you go.
Preach,
preacher. All right. So, all right. We got
you
my
ready to drink alcohol and have fun?
Yes, people are like, yes, even when things are slow. Yes.
Hold on and don't let go.
All right, preach, preacher. So now we're gonna get on to our Valentine's Black love portion, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
About to
Watch it.
Yes,
I can't see nothing.
Oh Lord, it's a pen. It's a squishy.
Okay. That's what we call them nowadays.
Listen here. The song. What song, Liberation, Mika? Who sings Liberation?
Yeah, Liberation's on the Outkast Equimini album.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
With Erykah Badu. That's a heavy track too.
Okay, there you go.
There's a fine line between love and hate.
Said, I give you what I owe in due time. All right. So we're going to go into our Valentine's portion. We're about to have a lot of fun. So turn up, share with your folks. Let them know that this is one of the best conversations happening tonight. And get some people on here because we're about to have a lot of fun. And I love for y'all to keep commenting and in the chat. So moving on. So here we go. So with this part, we're just gonna continue the conversation. So you're so excited with your paddle.
Damn, I'm ready to use my paddle. If you don't have your paddle tonight, this Valentine's night, get yourself a paddle.
I'm about to use it as a fan. Oh Lord. Okay. Anyway.
I don't know what y'all into over here.
It's not gonna be that one. Anyway, what was the first thought that popped into your mind when you first met your spouse? Who wants to go first?
You go.
Men, gentlemen.
No, I'm not setting myself up like that.
Listen.
Stream, you go first now that you did. You just said that.
All right, real talk.
Real talk.
Of course.
She's cute, but she looks stank.
Stank.
Like I was like she's
what?
cute, but I'm not bothering myself hollering at her because she looked like she got an attitude.
Right.
Oh my God, Carrie, we gotta have this conversation.
Next question, I was like,
that's exactly
somebody else deserves my attention tonight.
When we met, I was looking at him the same way. Like,
listen. When I first saw her, I was like, she's fine. You
want to tell the story? You want the real story?
No, we don't have to tell no story. Okay. You asked me a question and I answered.
So that's that's the word,
right? You fine.
That's the first thought. I was fine. Okay.
Head pulled back and everything. No makeup, no nothing.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Okay. So the first thought that popped into my mind when I met my spouse was I had snake face. I was like, what in the heck is he talking about? I'm like, I'm tired. I'm ready to go home.
That was it. That was the whole thing. It was late. I was late. It was late at night. I was over it. I didn't feel like my feet hurt. I was in heels.
So y'all met at like a club or something?
No, a mutual friend of ours was graduating. And so he came down for the graduation and I went to support the friend for graduation. And I was just over it. And he was new. And I was like, I don't know you. I don't need to talk to you. Like, I don't do new friends. So who are you?
So funny. And it's not even, if y'all knew me and Carrie, this is not even a surprise that it's very similar. Even how we met our spouse. So we where a mutual friend introduced us at a
Mhm.
business meeting. And I'm sitting in a business meeting, and he's like this big presenter, and everybody's waiting for Julius to speak. And I'm like, I did not want to come here.
And she
I
looked
was
like
after
she looked
work.
like that.
I was after work. I was like,
Mhm.
I do not want to be sitting in this business meeting. And yep. And then he saw me. What happened as soon as you saw me?
I paused. I took a pause in my presentation.
He in the middle of saying, he was like,
Oh,
and I'm looking at him like, look at this. He don't even know what he's about to say.
listen. Sometimes you gotta pause, people.
So that's it, Mika.
Sometimes you
Mika
gotta pause.
asked for us to tell it, so we told it. But anyway, so do you believe in love at first sight?
Not until I met her.
Oh,
First sight. Okay, so no, so not first sight, but for people that don't know, Shareem and I started dating September. He asked me October, gave me my ring November, and we got married December in '99. So it wasn't at first sight, but it was
in May.
because we had met in May at the graduation party, but it was pretty close that I think we knew this was different.
yep.
Right?
Mhm.
Even in our short dating time, we were very young when we got married. It was still that this attraction was just different. The way that we were willing to go out of our way. I was driving from DC to Philly every night
In my car.
in his car,
Wow.
Wow.
right? Getting off work, driving to Philly, and then he would make me breakfast at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I would drive back to DC, go to my own apartment, change my clothes, take a shower, and go to work.
Wow.
So
Wow.
the fact that we were willing to kind of go above and beyond
Mhm.
made me realize, like, oh, this is a little bit, this is not the normal dating kind of thing. So
Right. I
Yeah.
always kind of believed in love at first sight. I believed it. I just never. I thought it was like one of them unicorn things, and then like you said, until we met each
Yeah.
other, because that
Yeah.
it was
Yeah,
it was real. Like you say, it was just
Look,
like whoa,
I was
whoa.
a grown,
We
grown
was
ass man. I ain't believe in no love at first sight.
But yeah, it's not just love. I mean, love ain't gonna keep you together for X amount of years.
No.
Love
Right.
ain't kept us together for 22 years.
Not
no,
that fluffy love.
no. We're gonna
Love-
get to that.
we
We're gonna
gotta
get to that.
Right,
Okay.
right. So
do
let's
you
let's
think
be very clear. Love will make you do some things, but staying together is much more than that.
right? So do you think you're more similar or different than each other?
Different.
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 You think different?
Oh, we different.
So I was torn with this one because we're so similar in so many ways. Like we say, for example, while we like living in Florida, we're like, not everybody can live in Florida like we live in Florida. We live on the water at the beach. We're at the beach every
We
day.
love the water.
You
Yeah.
gotta love the water to live this
There's
lifestyle.
nothing else to do but to be at the water. And we
Right,
like the water.
right.
So
We are very spontaneous.
We
We
are.
like just
We are.
like this is what we're gonna do. We just let's try it. You like if you don't have a spontaneous partner, we
Right.
kind of have a little bit of an open door policy with our friends and our family. Like we love you, you can come through. We're gonna feed you. We're gonna like come through. Pull up on me.
but I'm the analytic. She's the creative.
That's how we're very
and
different.
Very different.
Very
my
different.
goodness.
Right. So we
Right.
use the language of visionary and integrator, right? From
Mm-hmm.
our favorite book of Rocket Fuel. I think that Shareem and I are yin and yang. So we laugh because he gets the kids up in the morning, makes breakfast, and takes the kids to school. I don't see my kids in the morning because I'm just going to bed, right?
Right.
So, but then at night, Shareem is in the bed, so he knows I got dinner. I'll get the kids down. Shareem will think about the big picture for stuff and probably push us a little bit further. I'm probably safer because I'm thinking of the details. And I'm like, oh, there's either black or white. And he's like, no, there could be other colors. And I'm like, gray? What do you gray? There's no gray, either yes or no, right? So I appreciate the difference that we have because I think it makes us better and balanced. And nobody's like flying off the handle. So I think we're
very different in that respect. I also think that we have some commonalities that we appreciate about each other. Our New Yorkisms.
Oh yeah.
The language that we use to each other.
Right.
Sometimes we understand things that not everybody understands, and it clicks very quickly.
So I have a running joke that I can drive in New York and he can drive in New York, and we have both had experiences where like you're dating somebody and they can't do that, and I'm like, you can't drive like.
No.
oh, we can't be together. Like
Right.
it's not gonna work.
He had to adopt
Listen.
my New York driving. Because
Listen.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
I never drove in New York, and then after a while, I was like, okay, let me just drive like her.
what
Okay.
are you doing? Like,
So when I go through the tunnel, I transform. Right.
Right,
Yes.
right, right.
All right. Let's get ready. Let's get ready, baby. No, but yeah, that's a whole
God,
process.
yes.
But,
okay, so what excites you most about your future together, our future together?
oh man, the opportunity to evolve and get better. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think the one thing you gotta love is you know that at some point you get over the fluff and all the fluffy stuff, and now you know you're on a journey together.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take this from Shereen, I'm steal this from him, but it's just one day. It's just you just take one day at a time and try to get better every day. Like and it's fun. My wife is fun, y'all. My wife is just fun.
Shout
So-
out to Bashara, my
Listen.
Kusa, who's on Instagram. Bashara's on Shereen. So
What's up,
what's so
B?
funny about we are all interconnected and got friends and new friends from childhood we didn't even know.
Brooklyn's finest acupuncturist.
Yes,
and
yes.
herbologist who
He saved us from
from
COVID.
COVID,
I'm
yes.
serious. Okay,
That
shout
is
out to Dr. Bashara Wilson. Follow him. That's my like first best friend ever.
So,
Anyway, go ahead.
so my wife is a ray of sunshine, and I got to tell y'all, you know that once if you either love her all the way or you leave her alone, but she mine. So I'm excited about our future just because I know that the journey we're gonna go on will be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What about
I
you?
second
What are you
that.
excited about our future?
It's been a great ride thus far. Like I really do feel like these 22 years have been a journey, but I know that we're both better for it. So I can't imagine like what 44 years will look like. And to know that we'll have the opportunity to hit those kind of crazy numbers that I never, you never dream of. I didn't see that growing up. I didn't see people married that long. So just being able to I can't wait to watch our kids do what we've helped support them dream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about to getting this money. So we've been poor. It's time for us to be rich. And in our future, in our present, we are doing fine. In our future, we will be rich, and we will have a house on an island somewhere.
No, not somewhere. Where's the?
In Anguilla.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nowhere else.
Thank
Yes,
you very much. There's a
we
place.
will-
There's a place.
So I'm looking forward to getting this cheese.
There you go. There
Yes.
you go. There you go.
Have friends that are rich.
Yeah.
I tell y'all, you do different stuff.
Yeah, people are excited on
Right.
Instagram. They
You
see
do-
it. They see it.
Don't be afraid to be rich. I want to tell people that.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm not afraid.
Ain't nobody afraid. Ain't nobody afraid. Okay.
I'm not scared. I'm not scared.
Right. So what do you think is what do you think is the best one word to describe our relationship or your partner? You don't have to answer both, just a relationship or the partner.
Y'all go first.
Our relationship or my partner. I'd say our relationship, I'll say resilient.
Okay.
Because we have been through a lot early in our relationship.
Yeah.
And we found ourselves up against a lot of adversity, even dealing with like family, just generational curse stuff that you got to remove from within yourself so that you can be a healthy partner for your partner. You know what I mean? So we have done some work. We have done some work to make sure that this is a healthy marriage. That's what I would say. I would say resilient.
I think that one of the things that people see a lot with you guys and us, right? They see the outcomes of your effort, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I think about our marriage, there's just a power in the journey, right? So I see our relationship is powerful. I think the power of things you go through, the scars you have, allow you to be better tomorrow. And so,
Mhm.
so I just think we have a powerful marriage, a powerful relationship and friendship, and I'm excited about that.
I see Harlem, honey. I see you say eight
I'm
to
easy.
the men.
I'm easy. Teammate. I mean, she's my
Hey.
teammate. We're on the same squad. So that's my
Mhm.
teammate. We are a team HB. I tell Carrie all the time, I love you. I like you most of the time, but I always got you.
Yes.
And I think that's what being a teammate is. So
Yeah.
that's just really, I mean, she says me, she knows in my fraternity, we call each other team. And that means that I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. Same things apply.
No, I think teammate.
sorry, go ahead.
No, I think teammate is it. I would say the same thing. I think teammate is it.
So in talking about teammates, is somebody a coach or somebody a quarterback and somebody's the MVP, or does it switch out, or you just
switches out? It definitely switches out. We call it 51-49. Who's going to have the deciding vote, on certain decisions.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think we're both, I'm not going to say I'm Mike and she's Scotty, but I do think that there are times that I take the lead and there's times she takes the lead and I got to follow. So I just say teammates.
But I think it's when we're honest about it. And I think once we realize that, like, the notion of like 50-50, that's a standstill, right? That's truly a standstill. We know that in business, right? If you're amongst the board and that's why somebody has to have a deciding vote, right? So it's times where we'll both sit down and say, okay, we're going to make a decision and you get the final say on this. So I think the 51-49 is definitely something that people have to implement. The 50-50 doesn't work. That doesn't work.
22 we going on 23.
That's what I was just about to say, Shereen.
Right.
Y'all hearing nuggets from a 22-year marriage. Okay.
Holding workshops.
No, this is a 22-year marriage. They telling you teamwork.
And don't sleep. They 22
my
years.
people on Facebook
they 22 years and they done spent 18 years working together every day.
And that is
that's a whole nother discussion.
Yes, we're going into that right now. We're going into that. Okay, so how do you set the mood? Let's quicker. How do you set the mood?
What mood?
So and the mood. The romance?
Of course, it's Valentine's Day.
Listen,
how do you set the mood?
Tequila, let's go.
How do you set the mood?
How do you set the mood?
How do you set the mood?
Honestly,
yes.
I get naked.
Facts.
Right.
So you usually work when she comes to bed with no pajamas on. I'm like, okay. I know what that means.
Yeah.
Oh,
God. You'll start early.
I do little things. I mean,
I will say that I can tell where he would like the evening to go because it starts with breakfast, the niceties all day long. Did you eat? Like, he's always like real like
foreplay. That's foreplay.
Did you eat? I can go get the kids from school if you need me to. Like, it's always the helping
early
hand
foreplay,
so that I'm not tired. Because if I'm tired, it's nothing happens.
Right. There is a world-renowned, seriously, a world-renowned marriage therapist. Her name is Esther Perel. She is amazing. Okay. I mean, TED Talks, everything. Esther Perel. Listen, drop the nugget for all y'all online. Esther Perel is amazing. And she talks about how intimacy starts from either that day earlier or even days earlier, from text messages to each other, to little love notes, to just kind of rubbing your back while you're working, and kisses and hugs and appreciations that you do and give to someone, so that by the time it's time to get physical, you've already been warmed up. Your heart has already been warmed up. Your emotions have been warmed up. You're already in the mood before you do the do, right? So that's excellent.
Intentional.
Right. So then leading to one of my other questions is, so what's your love language? So
for me,
yeah, I know your love language. Tell your partner's love language. How about that? What's my love language, baby?
Acts of service.
Well, that's not the first one. That's probably the second one.
Yeah.
What's the first one?
My wife is, I gotta tell y'all, it's not gifts. Let me tell y'all why it's not gifts. And I learned this
He did.
I
He
think that-
learned the hard
So
way.
all the fellas out there who will be buying gifts, make sure you know your wife's or your girlfriend's love language. Because I would buy gifts.
He bought diamonds
Gifts that would take a
and
lot of effort to
bags
get.
and
And
shoes.
she would not be excited. So
Mm.
don't, if her love language is not gifts, don't run out here thinking you're doing something. Because I could clean
We
the kitchen.
still like it. I still like the
listen,
diamonds and
quality.
Like it.
If I could walk down the beach with her and hold her hand, it mean more than a brand new Louis Vuitton. Okay,
Mhm.
and quality times and access. If I could clean the kitchen, girl, y'all, I would clean the kitchen and she come home ready to love on me.
It's the
I be cleaning the whole house.
listen.
On my knees, wiping the floor. She come in the door in love.
Especially since I'm a homeschool mom now. Shoot.
Oh my goodness.
That's like
Know your
lottery.
Know your mate's love language.
Yes.
I recommend that for every
Yes.
man out there.
I'm
because-
quality
What's my love
time.
language?
Mhm.
You need to hear that you're doing a good job
Words of affirmation.
Words of
Yeah.
affirmation.
all day. He needs to hear
Yeah.
every that, and it's not even. I had to learn, right, over these decades we've been together. It's not like the big things. He really wants to hear, like, I appreciate like the little things, like thanks
Mhm.
for putting the gas in the car, thanks for taking the trash out, like. So I've had to learn that. So what's mine?
Mhm.
Gifts.
Yes.
Oh, yours is gifts. Okay.
Gifts are quality time, but I'll go gifts number one.
But
Okay.
gifts is not like, it doesn't have to be big.
Right.
So like, for instance, I don't buy magazines, even though I love magazines,
Mhm.
because I'll talk myself out of it saying it's a waste of money, it's too much money, like, so when he travels, he'll come home with all my magazines that I like, and I'm like, oh, like, you were away and you still thought of me.
Right. Like
Right.
I bring home a bagel.
Yes.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a gift as in something in a box, but just a considerate thought of what she would need or want. She's appreciative of.
Yes, bagels are good. Bagels are
From
good.
Bethesda Bagel.
From Bethesda Bagel. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then my husband's love language.
Yes.
Physical
Affection?
touch.
Listen.
Physical touch.
Touch me.
Listen.
Touch. Rub me. Touch me. Hold me. See.
Listen.
Sorry about that.
Listen. Look, all of that, all the other love languages, they can go to the side a little bit, but he is a primarily physical touch person, and it really means something to him. And it doesn't have to be sensual all the time. It's literally, can I just hold your hand? Can I hug you? That was our first spark between us.
Yeah.
We saw each other and there was a spark, but we didn't touch or anything, but we hugged. Our first hug was pretty epic. I'm gonna be honest. Just the hug, it was pretty epic. That's when we were like, oh, whoa, something is happening here. So yeah, so physical touch is my husband's love language. And Todd says on here, I tell my clients all the time, study your partner and know the love language. Yes, girl. We got people all joining and everything on IG. Perfect. So what's your favorite Black love movie? I have Brown Sugar playing in the background for y'all, some inspiration with Sanaa and Tay.
I don't think we have a common one.
No, you don't have to have a common one. Just what's
Okay.
yours?
What's your favorite Black?
Boomerang is up there.
Ooh,
that's a good one. That's a
classic.
good one.
Boomerang is up there. You know what's
Boomerang.
really a good Black love movie too? Creed #1.
Creed #1 is good.
Oh,
Creed
yeah,
1 is
Creed
good.
#1 is
But
good.
I'll say Boomerang because that's accepted by all.
Mm-hmm.
I like Mahogany.
That's
Mine is a good one. Do you know where you're going?
I do. I felt like
That's a good one. That's a good
it was
one.
a
That's
man
good
like
one.
fighting for a woman. Like I liked Mahogany.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
right.
Woo, that's a hot one. That's a hot one.
Yes.
For me, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I already know what it is.
Okay, so what is it?
It is none other.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. What is it?
Love Jones?
Love
Yes,
Jones.
Love Jones. Say
Really?
Can I be your slave? I got to hit, girl. You're the shit, girl. And I dig you like a grave. Man, that
Listen.
soundtrack. It's the soundtrack of Love
Yes,
Jones.
yes.
That be like, I'd be like, I have to watch this over and
I
over
can make
and
an
over again.
argument that that's Lauren's best song.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Like a
Oh my
kiss upon
gosh.
the collarbone. I said, oh,
Lauren, Maxwell,
Everybody, that track was
everybody.
everything.
That soundtrack,
Everything.
I just have to watch it for that
Yeah.
soundtrack.
So,
And then it has that DC U Street vibe
Yes.
from
Yes.
back in the day
Yes.
with the open mic poetry, the incense,
the old U Street.
the old school, that kind of like, you know, like highly, I don't want to say highly educated, but that kind of deep thought, you know, Black community. Yeah. So that's it.
No, Love Jones is my favorite.
Love Jones is your
Love
favorite?
Because I love poetry. I love poetry.
That's
And without
true.
Morgan,
Do
poetry
you know
was
he's a
everything for
secret
me.
poet?
Listen.
He
Listen.
actually is this. Okay, I'm gonna put it out. Don't say your name though.
Yeah.
He's a secret poet online.
Yeah. So
That's a whole nother
and
thing.
why gotta be secret?
Huh?
Because I read
Why
about
gotta
something
be
you
secret?
can't handle.
Yeah, it's a little alias thing of his. It's
Yeah,
a little thing.
yeah.
It's a
All
little
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Yes. So Mika said, "Love Jones." I couldn't type it fast enough. We listened to that soundtrack for life. Yes, girl. That's Love Jones
Yeah.
is crazy. And so okay. So what's the smoothest line from a movie or a song for you?
Oof.
That's
It doesn't have to be the number one because there's so many.
Okay, so I'm gonna say honestly because also we walked down the aisle to it. I'm in Love by Mary J. Blige.
And then
Because
I
it's
wanna
just
sing. I wish I could sing right now.
right, it's just simple of I'm in love. Like she says it over and over.
Right.
Like when you are at that point where that's all you can feel. There's nothing, she says, there's nothing else I could say. Like that's so to me, that is just that's it for me. It's
That's
I'm in
it.
love over and
Yeah.
over.
So I don't have
It's definitely a Prince song. It's definitely a Prince song. And I'll probably say Forever in My Life. You know,
But where you go, oh
no.
oh
Well, that's a good one. Take Me With You is a good
Mm.
one. But definitely Prince of, Forever in My Life. There comes a time in every man's life when he gets tired of fooling around, juggling hearts, a 3-ring circus. You know,
The
I was
beautiful
ready.
ones. The beautiful ones.
Wait. I never imagined that love would rain on me and I just want to settle down. The baby is true. I think it's you. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
think it's a beautiful song.
Yes. I mean, for me, I mean, like honestly, like I always go to my classics who just have my heart. Like it's like it's that everybody who knows me online and everything, right? We already like get Prince. So, but there is Prince, but then there's also Sade. Like love is stronger than pride. Like love, like just when she like that hit me. Like I had to understand that. You know, I had to really understand that love is stronger than pride. And like even one of her other lyrics, like I couldn't love you more if I tried. You know what I mean? Like so, and I mean, woo, and then you got some Stevie in there and everything. Right. But there's so many good love songs out there. I mean, listen. Okay, so now last thing before we get into our game portion, everyone, how is it working with your partner? Because we're with marriage, family, business. Okay, they are all three of these things. All of you. Okay, they married. We done talked about the love life, everything. 22 years, family, what their family and Black history means to them, and business. Why don't y'all talk a little bit? I'm gonna give y'all the floor a little bit. Talk about what it is to be in business together. 18 years. What is your business? How did y'all start? Tell me about your business journey.
So our main business is strategic admissions advice, right? Where we help parents and students navigate the college admissions process. So that came about after Shireen had worked predominantly at some independent schools in New York and worked at Georgetown University and wanted to step out on his own and kind of take this to another level. So we kind of did it without really thinking, and kind of fell into entrepreneurship and have loved it, hated it, loved it, hated it some more, but have decided to stick it out. And working together, I think it was hard for us to find our footing because we were both trying to be in each other's lanes. But once we realized who was who and who had what title, I feel like more times than not, it's been smooth sailing. We always go back to the book Rocket Fuel and talk about visionary and integrator. And Shareem is definitely the visionary and the forefront person in the
We call it dreamer and the doer.
Dreamer and the doer, right? In our in terms of being the face of the business, and then he allows me to handle the back end of the company. So once we got out of each other's lanes, we're on a better path, and it's easier because you're not fighting each other, right? Like nobody's trying to grab the wheel from the other person. When it's your time to drive the car. If not, sit your ass in the passenger seat and just come along for the ride. So that's how and we have separate offices. God bless the bigger house. That has been amazing because we operate differently. My husband is kind of a quiet setting person, whereas in my office is always very ratchet music blasting all the time. All hours of the night. So I think that has been helpful in the past, especially during COVID and this pandemic. So
no, I think again, I think it goes back to the word team. I'm not trying to be redundant, but that's how we treat each other in business, right? Like we know we have certain goals we got to set and then meet, and then we work in our separate lanes to meet them. So I think the word team is, and I like it because it allows us life flexibility, financial freedom. It gives us time to be with our children. I'm headed down to Florida tomorrow to go see our son who's in boarding school. So we are able to navigate through life working on our own schedule, and there's nothing better than that.
definitely.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Okay. So here we go.
Right. Julius got his paddle.
Yes, he's ready. Do y'all have your paddle ready? Yes, people. I see it. Then look at people like goals, dope couples. Love you. Love you.
1 second. We're getting a refill on the drinks. Here, babe.
Okay. All right. We about to play, guys. Okay, so put in the comments your answers to these questions because this is going to be really fun. Okay, this is like rapid fire questions, guys. Okay.
All right. So 1 second. Shareem's going to be right back.
Okay.
And we're gonna play some games on Valentine's Day.
Yes, this is going to be fun. Yeah.
This has been good. You got to be interesting and try different things when it comes to, dating, when you have kids. And
we're double dating right now.
Yeah, so in the comments, what are you guys doing for Valentine's Day? I see we got folks out there. Tell us in the comments what you guys are doing.
I see Yaya's place. I see you,
girl.
Keep
it clean, too. Keep it clean.
CQ. Is D-Nice doing a CQ
10 p.m. 10 p.m.
10 p.m. See, okay, everybody, listen here. Listen here. CQ after dark is nothing to sleep on. Okay.
Nothing.
Oh, nothing. So listen, you can make a baby at CQ after dark if you want.
Look, they're happy. They're Julie Wilson. Shout out to Julie Wilson. She said that she had the first CQ baby.
What?
Yeah.
Stop. For real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, that CQ.
We got it. Like the baby's gotta have the initial CQ.
Right.
Okay. We're gonna freshen up since we're waiting for Shareem.
He's back. He's back in the office. He's back. He's back.
Okay.
What you need, Martin? Okay. All right. Let me see what they're saying in the comments. Okay. What are y'all doing? Okay. I see CQ. Shout out. What's going on over on Facebook?
Everybody's on Facebook. People on Facebook, IG. Oh, y'all so cute. Happy Valentine's Day. Thank you, Charmaine.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day. He don't play. CQ babies have been born already. Exactly. They about to turn 1.
Right. Julie's son is 1.
Right. Okay, here we go.
All right. 1 second. So all right.
Okay, so the game is Would You Rather. So all right. This one's competitive. It's so extreme. The game is Would You Rather. So we're gonna say would you rather something or something. And then each person has to write what they would rather and then turn it around. Here's the camera. Turn it around and then you get a point. You're taking the point. Remember, you're a scorekeeper. So
if you both have the same answer, you get a point.
yes, and if
Right.
you did have different answers, you don't get a point.
Okay, all right, we
Ready?
understand.
All right,
Okay,
This is
here we go.
HB
HB.
and
No, it's not. No, see, look.
okay, and team
Weems.
and
W. Okay,
right.
there we
You got a
go.
scorecard. Right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Here we go. First question. Would you rather New York or DC?
To live or be?
Period. What did Shareem say?
DC.
DC.
Oh, they both say DC. We both say New York. Okay. Okay.
That's 1-1.
Okay. Next one. I love them both, but Hamptons or Martha's Vineyard? What did Shareem say? Hey!
Hey.
See y'all there in August.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, hip hop or R&B? It depends. New and old school though. New version. Ah, they beat us on that one.
All right.
Okay.
We play to win. We play to win. We know each other.
The score.
Okay.
32.
Okay. New York style pizza or deep dish? Yay.
All right.
Okay.
Deep dish is too thick.
But
Too
it
much
can
bread,
be
too
really
much
good
bread.
though.
It can be really good.
Okay, sweet or sour? Oh gosh, we're already gonna be opposite, babe. I already know we're opposite. We're opposite in this every day.
Okay, we got the same.
We're crushing y'all.
We
We
got
crushing
sour
y'all.
everything. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Okay, this is a good one. Concert or club?
What's the
Concert or club?
Yes. Would you prefer a concert or would you prefer to go to the club?
Okay.
I think you peek out and said sweet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh!
The score is 5-4.
Okay. All right, you ready for the next one? Spa day or outdoor activity? I think they got an advantage because of what they did today.
That's right. We already snuck away and had a spa
We'll
day.
meet you there, girl. We meet you there.
Right.
Okay.
We found a little, but gee, look, side note, we found a little hole in the wall spot today in Georgetown.
Yeah.
Off
Fabulous.
the chain.
Really?
Yes, right above the tapas and paella spot.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yes.
Because that's where we went for lunch.
On Wisconsin?
Dinner. Sorry.
On Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Next one. How would you rather your house quiet and tidy or loud and messy?
Oh gosh.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna be honest, but we're gonna lose on this one. That's
All y'all are nasty.
my husband is a Virgo through and through.
The score is tied 7-7.
Oh, we tied.
It's tied
Okay.
7-7.
2 more questions on this round, and then we got the next round. People are saying, "What's the name of the spa?" Peacock is like, "What's the name of the spa?" Still finding new spots.
Yes, I'm gonna text him.
Okay. And they said quiet and tidy. 2 people said quiet and tidy. So you're not alone, Shireen. Don't worry. Next one.
We Virgos.
Right. Would you rather planned or spontaneous?
Oof.
Okay. Yeah, it's still a tie. Oh God, this is a tiebreaker question right here. Okay, you ready? Back rub or foot rub? Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's a tie. Yeah. Okay, listen. So since it's a tie, this brings us to our next round, which hopefully is gonna break the tie. Okay.
All right.
So this is gonna break the tie. So what? Listen, this is called. Okay, first of all, let's go. First of all, did you guys have fun? Oh, I see back rub. Yaya's face said back rub. Ty said back. Yes,
All
it's a tie. Spontaneous. P Cutter said spontaneous. P Cutter said a foot. He's with you. He rather a foot rub. Because you on your feet all the time cutting hair. I know your feet.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So for the next round, we are gonna have blindfolds. We're gonna blindfold ourselves, and we're gonna have 2 drinks.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Mika said, "You got to know what you're doing on my back." Exactly. Somebody mess you.
So everybody blindfolded at the same time.
No. First.
Listen, I'm about to explain it to you right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, I'm about to explain it to you. All right, this segment right here, which is our last game segment, is going to be our tiebreaker segment.
Right.
Is inspired by Steph and Aisha Curry's About Last Night on HBO Max. If you haven't seen it, it's an amazing show, new game show that's really nice and intimate, kind of like this, where it's conversational with couples, and it's called About Last Night. It's on HBO Max. So it's 5 rapid fire questions. Okay, so Carrie and Shareem are going to ask us 5 random questions that we don't know which ones they chose, and we're going to blindfold ourselves. We're going to have 2 drinks, okay? 2 totally different drinks. One champagne represents me, and some brown something represents Julius. What is it? That's like some Uncle Nearest or something. And and you have to answer the question, and you drink according to
Right. So left hand is Julius, right hand is
Genevieve. Okay. So you guys have your 5 questions ready?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Let me blindfold myself. Come on, baby. Do it.
Close your eyes.
I can't do it for you, though.
Close your eyes.
Okay, wait. Where's my glasses?
Don't
This is
don't
one.
spill
Where's
the
the other
liquor.
one?
Right there to no, right there.
Where? Right here.
Yep.
This
All
is
right.
mine? No, I can tell
No.
the champagne.
Yeah.
Switch it. Okay.
All right. You good?
Okay.
So champagne is here. All right.
All right, we're waiting for Julius to get his blindfold on here.
This is gonna be fun. Okay, this is inspired by Steph and Aisha Curry.
All
So,
right.
hey.
So blame them, right?
All right.
All right.
So, wait a minute. So this
Drinks
is
in hand. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Genevieve to the right, Julius to the left. We're gonna answer by drinking.
Okay.
All right, I'm watching you.
Okay.
So, who said I love you first? Okay.
Who's most likely to wake the other up for sex?
Okay. Who talks during a movie or TV show?
Woo!
Who's better at dirty talk?
I don't know.
I know.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4. Last question. Who walks around naked more?
All right.
All right, so that's our 5.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
What do we get? What's our score?
Julius split, Julius Genevieve. So y'all got 4 out of 5 correct. Y'all answered 4 out of 5 the same way.
Oh, okay. So we got what was the one we got different?
It was
Who talked
dirty
to the
talk.
No.
Dirty
It
talk.
was
Who talked to the movie?
not dirty talk. It was like just it must have been dirty talk. Yeah.
It was dirty talk.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna answer the question. You ask the question.
All right. So we got 4. We got 4.
Okay. So yeah,
Yep, you got
4.
4 out of 5.
1.
Okay. All right. We got to blindfold
All
ourselves and get our drinks. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So did you guys have fun?
Harry?
Oh, yep. Mika said 4 out of 5.
All right. So Carrie is water, left hand.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then whatever else we drink is Shireen. So water is Carrie.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's blindfold here.
And it's not the same questions, y'all. It's different questions. Okay.
All right. 1 second.
All right, you're taking the score.
Yeah.
Okay. I have my
Got it
drink.
ready? You got it right hand?
Yep.
Okay, number one. Who's the biggest risk taker?
Which one's which? Carrie's right.
Carrie is water.
Okay.
No, is it? No,
So
Carrie.
Carrie is water.
So put water in left for me.
It doesn't matter. They can see us.
Okay. Carrie's
Oh my
water.
gosh.
Carrie's water.
Who takes the bigger risks?
Who takes the bigger risk, Carrie or Shireen? Carrie is water. Did you get that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Next one. Who is more romantic? Okay. Who is most likely to wake up the other? Did we ask that question? Did they ask me that
Yeah,
question?
we asked.
Okay, no, okay, I don't want to ask the same question. Who is most likely to want to go to Coachella? Okay. Who is better at planning surprises? Who is the bigger flirt? Oh, that was 5? Okay, wait.
Yeah, that was 5.
Okay.
Okay. We're taking
my
blindfolds
God.
off.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
wait.
All right. Let's see.
We should be consistent on that.
What we got?
4 out of 5.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
What are we going to be have a split on?
The second one. Who's the bigger flirt?
No, most romantic. The third, most romantic.
You say you more romantic?
It was who's the biggest flirt? That's
No,
you.
who's better?
Right, no,
Who's
I'm the bigger
better
flirt.
at
I said
planning
that too.
surprises?
Planning surprises.
Who's better at
Y'all were
planning
split.
surprises?
Right.
You are.
You are. I can't hold.
No, you can't hold water, but you try to put it together.
Okay.
Listen. We're not here to listen. It's a game show. Let's start it now.
Look, make it to people again. The couples are tied again. No
We are
surprises.
tied. We are
Tied.
tied.
We're not surprised.
13 to 13.
Okay, one last couple.
13,
One
13.
last one. No blindfold. We just
Okay.
gonna say it. You gotta point to the other. If
Okay.
you point to the same person, this is the tiebreaker. Okay?
All right.
You point to the same person, you
All
got
right.
it.
Tiebreaker.
Okay.
Ready.
Who is most likely to fall asleep after sex?
What?
We won!
Y'all won.
You always say rub me. I always rub you first.
You are snoring
King,
moments
no.
after.
Hey, we not trying
You're
to solve
snoring,
it.
falling.
How am I snoring if I'm rubbing
We
you?
won! We
All I'm
won!
saying is you got a disagreement, go prove it.
It was
That's all I'm
rigged.
saying.
I want a recount. There's a hanging Chad somewhere.
So cheers and
Cheers.
toast to
Cheers!
love,
Yes!
to history.
Cheers.
Yes! Yes!
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Happy Valentine's Day. I want to thank my husband, my co-host, Julius Weems.
Hey,
Yes, for being here
this is
and,
awesome.
and having a great time tonight. And our besties, Carrie and Shireen, for making this such a
Yes,
fun Valentine's for all of us. And I hope whether you are happily single, dating, or married, that you have fun with us, that you felt loved, and you gained some insight on what it is to be married to your best friend and soulmate, create a family, and even build a business together for family legacy. Much love to everyone. I hope you join me this Thursday, next Monday, and then next Thursday for a very personal series called Stop the Silence. It is formed I put it together out of my heartbreak for some of the people that we have lost recently in January from suicide in our community. And it's very, very, very personal. And I'm so excited to have some of the therapists and experts and everything that we have on. So please join me, same time, same place, this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. So Thursday, we will be talking about the 17th at 8 p.m. We'll be talking about mental health and suicide prevention amongst African-American women. On Monday the 21st, same time, same place, we'll be talking about mental health and suicide prevention amongst African-American men. And then Thursday the 24th at 8 p.m., we'll be talking about mental health and suicide prevention against African-American children. So again, this has been such an amazing night. Please follow Marriage Family Business. Yes, they are amazing. They have so many great things coming out this year, things that they are secretly cooking up in the lab.
Bubbling in the background.
Yes, bubbling in the background. We're there. I mean, listen, if just even in relation of friendship and sisterhood and business, Carrie is an invaluable resource. I cannot say enough about this woman. She not only is one of my best friends, she is a confidant and somebody that I even go to for advice. So she can help you with your business. She does clarity calls. So if you're trying to flush out an idea for your business, definitely hit her up. Go to her Instagram, Marriage Family Business, and book a clarity call today. If you are at the beginning of your year and you're trying to figure out what's going on and what you want to do, and you want to take advantage of your time, Carrie is an invaluable resource. I cannot say it enough. Shireen has strategic admissions advice. This is a business, like they explained earlier, where when you're prepping for your kids to go into college, he is your number one resource. Please share that. Let all your other friends and family know and follow them. And my husband, he is Mr. Weems on Instagram and Julius Weems on Facebook. He is an amazing, I didn't even speak about the businesses that we do, but we do multiple businesses. And he is invaluable resource as well for finances and cryptocurrency and NFTs and agile transformation. And he is passionate about startups and entrepreneurship. So definitely, if you're an entrepreneur and you're starting up and you're trying to formulate your ideas as well as creating your operational business solutions,
the flow of everything. The flow.
Yes.
Systems change the world.
Systems. That is him. And I will tell you, God, thank you. Bless me with a husband who has vision and saw that cryptocurrency was the next wave. And back, 10 years ago, when people were doubting, what is this cryptocurrency? He believed in it. He invested in it. And thank God now we are very, very happy with our cryptocurrency investment. So again, I'm Genevieve, your host, super producer. Please join me again next Thursday. I hope you're enjoying this. Share it with everybody. This was such a fun Valentine's Day. Thank you, everybody who tuned in, who stayed on all this time. I saw you guys. That was so awesome.
This was fun.
So yes, this was fun. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to do it again. And remember, always, always celebrate Black history and always celebrate Black love. Love you guys so much. Mwah.
Love
Good night.